So then she was like, "Don't worry, Dad. God is protecting us in our own bubble. We'll be okay." So that's what she says all the time.
Speaking of messages, somebody posted today because we asked on Instagram because we're trying to, engage with everybody. What's a topic you want to listen to? You want us to talk about? And I believe Ant, your buddy, sent a message asking about, as parents, how do you feel and deal with schools reopening?
That's tough, man.
I'm not.
I guess every state is
with it.
Right? You said you're not with it?
For me, not for anyone else. My son has asthma. My daughter has asthma. So, I mean, I know I've seen the statistics, but you always just feel like, what if it's my son? You know what I mean? What if it's my child? So, I'm especially now that I'm home because I'm not working. I rather work like remotely for now. But then it's hard, right? Because if you say that, then it's almost like you're kind of saying, all right, it's for me, I feel like you're kind of saying that you trust the vaccine is going to solve the whole situation. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's no vaccine right now.
Wait, so you saying you don't want your kid to go back until there's a vaccine? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it sounds like.
No, but that's
why I want to go.
No, Bill Gates supporter.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that
he likes Bill Gates.
I forgot.
No, I'm saying that me making that comment is kind of like me putting my trust in the vaccine. Gotcha. So it's like, why wouldn't I want to put my son in school if, the statistics don't show that, with kids and stuff like that? I'm basically saying that maybe I'm putting too much faith into like a vaccine or something, right? Because it's like, what I'm trying to say is, all right, so maybe I'm kind of just, like that, just putting my faith into a vaccine rather than just saying, you know what, I'm going to send my kid to school. They're working remotely anyway. It's not like they're going to be there every day. They're going 2 days out the week, and then they're going to be home for the rest of the week.
What conditions would be like the best conditions for you to send them back to school? Like, what would you want?
I don't know.
That's comfortable.
That's my thing. It's almost like,
I
don't know that's what I'm saying. Like, what am I really waiting for? Am I waiting for a vaccine? That's what I'm saying. Like, my comments to myself kind of is like, oh, okay, well, what am I waiting for? A vaccine? So, do I want this to disappear or anything? Especially where I'm at in my county, we get like maybe like 10 cases a day, 7, if that. You know what I mean? No deaths. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
nothing.
We're not getting hit over here. You know what I mean?
How old is your son? He's 4?
He's 4 years old.
How many kids, like preteen kids, have died because of COVID? I don't know.
Not a whole lot.
I just heard that
I've always
a lot
heard
of kids
that
aren't dying.
Kids aren't the most
severe
effective
symptoms.
They don't. They get it, but they don't get it severely. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay. So
there's always
that's
mental.
reassuring,
For
right?
me, it's just mental. It's just mental. It's just like, oh, this coronavirus, and you have asthma, so I don't. You know what I mean?
I get it. You want your kid to be safe. I get it. I totally get it. I respect.
Like, I also want to just protect them from society in general, man.
Yeah,
that's tough. That's tough.
keep my kids at home with me.
So,
well, you can't protect them, right?
No. So for me, school starts Thursday.
This Thursday?
This Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday.
Wow.
Oh, crap.
So what are you doing?
They're going.
Wow. Okay.
They're going
5 days or remote?
It's the whole 5 days. And
what?
Yeah.
How you feel about it?
They haven't discussed anything about half and half or anything like that. So I don't know. I'm mixed. I'm like, man, like if I see a picture of a crowd at school, like I'm pulling them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like them in the hallway.
Oh yeah, there was a video, right? Somebody got kicked out of school for something in the hallway.
Well, they got suspended. They get
right.
But,
okay.
But yeah, like that school in Georgia in Fulton County where the hallways was like stacked. And I'm like, man, if my son tells me one thing like that, I'm pulling him. But my wife is like, she's scared. I don't, she doesn't know. And like
did you guys get an option to do remote or not? Or Georgia was like, you know what, everybody's going to school no matter what.
No. We got an option, but it's like one or the other. You can't do one and then something like that. Like
change.
If you pick the if you want learning, the virtual, then you got to pick that early or they're going. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just happen to shut everything down, then everybody's going back to virtual.
Right.
But yeah, we had that, and the kids like I want to go back. Forget this. You know what I'm saying? My son is like, I can't learn at home. Like I need to be in school.
Right.
And all this. He was like, I can't do this at home stuff. So I was like,
there's too many distractions. Is that what it is?
I think for him being at home, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just too relaxed.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
So, so I was like, we could try it, but I'm not all the way comfortable. But it's like, when do they go back? You know what I mean? Like if we do this, because COVID ain't going nowhere. So when does everybody go back to school? When do we start dealing with this? And like you said, statistically, kids have been pretty good as far as it concerned. I ain't gonna lie. Kids always get sick, right?
Yeah.
And my daughter, the oldest, I'm gonna tell you, even before this COVID stuff, right? She works at a daycare, and you know how kids are, especially at daycares.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always come in sick. Parents are the worst, because the parents that work, they know their kids have a fever and they still drop their kids off.
Yep.
Right.
And they just wait for you
to
right. You know what I'm saying? So I say that because her working in the daycare, she would no lie. And I would make fun of her because I was like, you're the outbreak monkey. Like I've never in my life get sick every month. Every month from being in there, she would get sick. And I was like, this is nuts. So me and my wife started buying some elderberry, and we've been making her take that every day.
TNC elderberry coming soon.
Who? Ever since she's been taking elderberry, she has not been sick.
Word. I was gonna ask you if she takes airborne or anything like that, but
she doesn't take airborne. She'll take a multivitamin,
pills or something like that.
It's a syrup. She'll take the elderberry. So the elderberry has a mix of ginger. Yeah, it has honey, ginger, the elderberries, and cinnamon, right? And she takes that every day.
Yeah.
She goes to work even now. Mm-hmm. She's been back at work. I would say about 3-4 days out the week she's at work, and she hasn't been sick since. So, and this is going back to last year during flu season. She has yet to be sick since then.
Wow.
So,
see, that's been my thing. Like with the daycare, like my son being 4 years old, like how do you tell a kid to social distance, right? Or keep their mask on in school?
Like, yeah, what kind of trauma are you gonna give a kid? Stay away from everybody.
Don't touch each other's toys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these kids are gonna be all on top of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like what you said, and like these parents send their kids, especially now, like it's like you ain't getting no days off. You gotta get back to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. So, and that was the thing, right? Because I think my wife has to go full time. She only does 2 days out the week right now. They're talking about going full time. And that was one of the, our decision factors, because if she's going to work full time, which leaves me with the kids at home while I'm working at home, and they need help with their work. So it's like, how I'm going to do my work, help them with their work, you know what I'm saying, and still be focused on my work. And I was
and I think that's what a lot of people are having,
they're faced there.
Yeah, that they're like, look, I can't teach my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to work. I'm already working from home. My job wants me to show up, and they want to send their kids back, just because, for whatever reason,
It's tough. I heard one of my neighbors say that if if they actually went 100% virtual, that she would have to quit her job.
Wow.
She was like, "There's no way around it. Like, if they don't go to school, I have to quit."
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like I think that's what a lot of people are faced with, man, and it's crazy because my daughter, and she says this all the time, right? She says, "We're gonna be all right because God protects us. We have our own bubble."
Amen.
Oh.
That's what she tells me. Yeah, at 6, she tells me that all the time. So I went into the store accidentally without, I didn't have my mask, right? Right. So I didn't,
crucify him.
Oh,
I know, right? Yeah. So I didn't.
Yeah.
So then she was like, "Don't worry, Dad. God is protecting us in our own bubble. We'll be okay." So that's what she says all the time. So I'm like, all right, well, but she's really clean. So she has her mask and all of that. So I spoke to the teachers. They're not. So what they're gonna do is they're really gonna limit like what they do. So they can go. They're gonna be going to the cafeteria, but only to get their food and go back to the classroom. So they're not gonna be eating in the cafeteria, and that's only for those that eat there, right? So if you bring your own food, then you're just at your desk. You're with your class, and they're going to limit them moving to other classes. They're going to bring the teachers to them so that they are not constantly around other kids.
Moving around. Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
And then, and then they're going to have sanitizing times where they're going to, right. So it's crazy. So now
nap time.
There's going to be times for them to go wash.
Hose them down.
Right. All of that.
I saw, shh.
And then they're gonna have specific areas when they have recess that's only for that class. So they can't step out of that area for other classes. They can only be with their class in that specific area. So, I mean, I guess they're trying their best to kind of limit stuff. So, man, I just pray, for everybody like me that's in a situation where we don't know.
Right.
How to do it, because I'm sure there's going to be a time where everybody has to face that, and like, you're going to go to school or not, and some people have to work, and they got to rely on that. So it's a tough decision, man. I don't think there's a wrong decision, right? Because it's just what you're comfortable with, but it's tough, man. So you only pray that the kids don't get sick, because
what I
was thinking about, like,
what's tough for me?
But what's that?
Them having a mask all day in school.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not feeling that too. Like, wow, they gotta have a mask on. Like, my son,
they're not making them.
Huh?
They're not. So they're not required. They're suggested. They're not gonna they're not gonna flip out on the kid if he doesn't have one. But the teachers
over here we are
required. Okay. Here the teachers are required. They have to wear the mask. So, some of the kids, and they're asking them to wear masks, right? But they're not gonna go crazy.
Yeah, they can't make them wear. They can't make them wear a mask.
Yeah. So
here I know they do mask breaks. Yeah. That's what they're supposedly gonna do.
Mask break.
Yeah.
So you get to take it off and kind of like almost like stretching, right?
Breathe. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just that also that really kind of turned me off. Like that whole mask. Like I don't even like wearing the mask so much like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about sending them to school with Eurifics.
Hey.
Just let
use
them
promo code TNC.
Just let them Eurific their desk down.
Yeah. Eurific is terrific.
Just go ahead, do their whole desk. Everybody around, like,
yeah.
Tell your friend next to you, go, and Eurific him. All of that.
That's hilarious.
It's tough, man. So I know Angel asked that question, man. Angel, that was the one who asked, but there's no.
He's in your state too?
He's in New York, and I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think he has to take his son to school. I think he got nieces and nephews that probably got to go, but right now his son is not old enough to be in school, so I know he's happy about that right now.
Right. But still, like we was talking about the daycare thing, you know, like, even if his son isn't old enough to go to school, like, who's gonna watch him? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if
it's tough, man.
Yeah, daycares ain't open or whatever, people are scared, you know, that kids might spread it or whatever.
I just hope that people, you know, especially like the teachers are older and they're worried.
Yeah.
I think, you know, and I know for me, if I was a teacher, but for them, you would think make you think that they are even more conscious and aware, right? Like they want to be extra clean now, right? They want the kids to, you know, they looking out and they want the kids to be clean and telling them, hey, you know, maybe you need to wash your hands or keep your hands away from your face, something like that, and take that extra step to keep them as clean as possible. I mean, you don't know what they get into outside of the class, right, but when they come in school to be as clean as possible, I mean, I think you kind of want to enforce that.
Yeah. But I think Jimmy made a good point. It's like, at what point can we say, all right, we're comfortable enough? You know what I'm saying? Is it 0 cases? Is that even possible?
Is that possible?
Even with flu.
New Zealand?
Oh, yeah. You know about New Zealand?
They got 100 days, no positive tests.
Wow. But that's also, are they open? Are they open? Like, people are flying in?
Now they're open. They said the only cases that they've had recently was only the people that were coming from out of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, they got 100 days with no cases, but then as people start coming in, they start introducing, you know what I mean, like diseases, like, you know, like when the Italians and the Spanish, you know, landed in Latin America.
I mean, but if they have restrictions, like, yo, you got to have this test before you come in, you know, and provide that at the airport, then you good.
True story.
But it's like the flu, like even with the vaccine, if you're for a vaccine, that joint don't work for every strand.
People still die, and we got a flu vaccine.
Yeah.
And they get high numbers. 25, 30,000.
Crazy numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like at one point we was like, oh man, COVID ain't killed as many people as the flu or pneumonia, you know what I'm saying? Because it was that high. You know, so who knows?
So nobody says, yo, I'm not gonna send my kid to school because of the flu.
Right.
It's tough, man.
That's true.
It's tough. It's just, I think it's also mental, man, at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
You think it's the media that kind of puts you,
not just the media, the government, like we're shut down. Like we're literally shut down.
Very
you know
true.
What I mean? So it's almost like, all right, yeah, the media, but everything is shut down. So it's like, all right, this thing is that serious. So in my mind, it's like, it's that deadly. It's that crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, though? I ain't gonna lie. I haven't heard no crazy outbreak at any protests. At them rallies.
Nope.
And them people was out there deep.
I
don't know. Cases seems to be dying out.
Wait, but also remember that podcast that Chris shared with us? I think it was like The Daily or something like that.
Yeah, The Daily, yeah.
They said that the reason for that was because it was outside, right? And because of the sun and the wind and everything. So normally, like when you talk outside, the wind kind of takes those germs or whatever, the virus, and
they're gonna slap it onto the next person.
Maybe, but when you're indoors, it stays in the air longer, right? So could that be a reason why maybe you don't see high cases in the protests?
You want maybe, but then again, maybe we just don't know much about the virus to begin with.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Check this out. My neighbor, I ran into my neighbor the other day, and he tells me a friend of his went to Hilton Head in South Carolina, right? It was like 18 of them. They rented a beach house. Well, 7 of them end up testing positive, right?
Okay.
So 7 out of 18. Now, mind you, he said those 7 were playing cards one night. Just those 7. They were the only ones playing
so they
cards.
Were touching the cards, yeah.
But they still stayed in the house with everybody else after the fact. And only those 7 were positive. Just them. They interacted with everybody else. They chilled with everybody else. But just those 7 that one night. were the ones that contracted it. So even though they've been around everybody else didn't get it.
Yeah.
So whatever happened at that card game, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know. Maybe somebody sneezed all over the cards. I mean, I don't know. You know.
Well, everybody's good though, right?
I mean, they're good. Yeah. So he said none of them was severe. They're all, and the oldest person was in their 60s, and they all had he said they all had different
symptoms.
Yeah, minor, but they all had different symptoms.
Wow.
Yeah. So he said it was crazy. He said the youngest was like maybe early 20s, oldest mid 60s, but they all had mild symptoms.
So they should be good now, right? Because they got like antibodies now.
That's what they say, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's not a bad deal if like you have no symptoms, right, or minor symptoms, and then you don't got to worry about it no more.
Right.
But you don't know until you get it, right?
Right. So I mean, but if that's the case, and you got like minor symptoms, and you're good, and you're like, you know, yeah.
And then so that happens to you. You're like, yo, I want to go to the pool. I want to go to the beach. I want to go to casinos. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, you ready to go everywhere?
Why am I quarantined? I'm good.
Casinos.
Yeah.
Want to go to Nevada, right?
Right.
Play blackjack.
It's crazy.
I think it's the underlying issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even going back to like the whole school thing. Like, if my son didn't have asthma, maybe I'll be like, all right, you know what I mean? He got his Flintstone vitamins. He'll be all right. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's just the underlying issues. People got to really take precautions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What about you, Jimmy? Your kids are old already, right?
They done.
Yeah. So
they were graduated?
Except for my little one. She's 13. She's going to be junior. Well, she's 8th grade. So LAUSD, they're shut down. It's going to be all online.
Wow.
But LAUSD says that they're going to reopen. They just haven't decided when. So they've taken like precautionary measures. Like they said, like their air filters are like similar to like N95 masks. They're like cleaning everything, you know, like it's basically like some sort of Lysol type of chemical, whatever that they're spraying and cleaning with. So they're taking measures, you know what I'm saying?
Those are the things that fear me.
What's that?
Too.
What's that?
Like those new things that come in, you know what I mean? That's never been tested or done before. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna spray this, and then next thing you know, they're gonna come out with, Lysol is affecting people's. Whatever,
I'm afraid. You know? I'm afraid that during that what did you call it, a mask break or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm afraid that they're gonna take the kids outside and spray them with that Lysol. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm afraid my son's gonna be wearing a mask and then run out of breath. Like, with the mask all day.
Yeah,
that's what 6 hours, 7 hours.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel, man. You know what I mean? Just because. And in my state. Well, I don't know if it's my state or my county. I think it's my county. No, it's my state. They messed up the numbers, dog.
Oh gosh.
So did you guys hear about this?
Nope.
So whatever database that they were using to keep track of the numbers, that joint crashed. Right? So they lost everything. They lost all the data.
Wow.
So now we can't open up because we can't prove that there've been 0 cases, you know what I'm saying? Or 0 deaths or whatever the marker is to, you know what I'm saying? So it's basically like we started back from 0, you know? We started from scratch.
Wow.
What kind of computers they got, man? What's going on?
They got
Microsoft, buddy.
Bill Gates.
King of viruses.
Yeah, I mean,
he give you a virus and then help cure you from it, huh?
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know, man. It's tough because I got to keep it a buck, man. Like, I'm not a teacher. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a homeschooler, you know what I'm saying? So unless like I find something that I could put my daughter in and you know and make sure that she's getting the proper education, You know what I mean? I think going back to school is probably a better thing, you know, for me at least.
Definitely.
I don't know how my wife feels about it, because we actually haven't had the conversation about her going back yet, because it's not an option. So we haven't had the conversation, you know. But man, I'm like, man, the kids that want to, like, the cool thing is like now we know that you can do it online, right? You can do online schooling. So I think people should have the option, right? Why not give people the option? People don't want to stay. People like, let's say, for example, your son who has asthma and maybe you kind of concerned about it, or you don't want your kid to wear a mask, you know, all day long. Those kids should have an option to do it from home. Like how difficult is it to set up a webcam in the back of the class and just, you know, them participate?
Yeah.
I don't think it's difficult at all. You know, and it should definitely be an option for the parents, you know?
Yeah. Well, the thing is also, so in our family, we have a teacher, and she's been doing remote, and she does find that her kids just aren't that, I guess, attentive. I mean, she deals with, preschoolers or first graders. Mm-hmm. They're just not as attentive as they are where they're in a physical setting where they know, like, hey, this is school and I need to do this. Now, if you're at home,
maybe you need to be more interesting.
That's true. Well, I mean, I think
maybe
that's true, but I think that's another thing, right? Like, yeah, they're there and they're like you said, like they're drawn to the teacher. She's in front of them, and they have activities to do.
Yeah, and they have the setting, you know, in their mind already. Like this is cool. It's the same. It's the same as people who are working from home. There are people who are just not as productive at home because you get in the rhythm of laziness or whatever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you'll be way more productive if you had an office, or if you were in an office, or out on the road, or whatever it is that you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think with the teachers, and even with a person working, I think that you can't, like the teachers, you can't take the same model that you use in the classroom and think that it's going to work, you know, virtual classes. And the same thing with like working from home, right? Because I've done both. I've been in an office, and then I've had the luxury of having my own business and working from home, right? And I had to change up my whole routine. You know what I'm saying? So that I could be productive. Like I know there's things that I do that help me to be more productive during the day. Cause you know, people who go to the office and don't do nothing. We all know someone like that. You know what I'm saying? They stand by the water cooler. They go and they talk to everybody about the game, about, you know, keeping up with the Kardashians, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're always getting coffee. They're always taking, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think it's accurate to believe that going to class or going to work is going to make someone more productive or is going to be better. You know what I'm saying? I think some people flourish when they're independent and, you know, and they work alone. So
the only thing with that is like my kids, like, or my son, he knows like when he's home, it's kind of, you know, chill time. Like, there's more freedom, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's our fault, though, isn't it? Isn't it our fault
more
as parents?
Structure.
Mm-hmm. It's our fault as parents.
What do you mean? Like the structure?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, look, like my son, we've been doing, you know, workbooks, preparing him for, you know, the school that's coming up. But, you know, for the most time, he's relaxed, playing his games, watching, you know, his shows and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. I just feel like I can see how for a kid, you know, maybe not so much for an adult, but for a kid, you know, they may, but I do feel what you're saying also, because it's like if the parent's going to be there remotely, you know, they got to have that discipline to know, hey, listen, you have to focus. This is what the teacher's saying. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, you'll probably be more focused because you're going to be on top of your child, depending on how your parenting is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you're waking up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and, you know what I mean?
Why don't you at me, bro? At me.
You waking up late and you know, oh, snap, I forgot I had to get my kid on the Zoom chat, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Then maybe that's, you know, I think the teachers are going to hear and see a lot of things through that camera that they may not want to see or hear.
Right. Hear Switch yelling in the background.
Yeah.
Bow.
Te voy a pegar con la chancleta.
I'll put him on mute. Listen here, man.
Te voy a dar un cocotazo.
But that was a very good question, and we thank you for that question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we thank you for a lot of questions. Someone else had mentioned about, bringing up Christian poetry. So maybe sometime we'll bring that up. You know what I'm saying? And
Switch is a Christian poet.
Oh, yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna spit some bars or something? What do you mean Christian poetry? I guess.
Yeah.
Well, from the message, it was something like they wrote a book on Christian poetry, and they feel like in the church that's kind of not expounded on. You know what I mean? And how the scriptures have poetic.
You going to the wrong church, man.
Things like that. Yeah. Well, I don't know, but
when I went to P4CM, they were doing poetry events, spoken word events. They still do. They do like on a yearly basis.
Nice.
Or that person who's a poet, they need to add Loso and all these battle rappers. Yeah.
Word. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for sending that question in. And if you, if you have any topic that you want to send to us for us to discuss,
add us
at That's Not Christian. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, social media. That's our handle. That's Not Christian. And we really appreciate you listening. Well, yeah, Twitter is That's Not Christ. You're right.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening, subscribing. Again, if you're listening to this podcast, make sure you are subscribed.
YouTube.
YouTube. And
smash the like button, thumbs up. You know what I mean?
Please
subscribe.
It would definitely help us. And then if we, in the future, for whatever reason, have an issue with a platform, specifically whatever platform you use, at least you have a backup. But with that being said, thank you again. Don't forget to get your merch at shop.that'snotchristian.com. And also, don't forget the Eurific wands that Ant was mentioning today.
Back to school. We got to do a back to school promo or something.
Back to school. Yeah.
Kids are going to school. Let them use one.
Mine's are coming in soon. So
it's an ultraviolet one. I'll check it out right now. I have one here. It's an ultraviolet one
right now live.
Unboxing.
I love this.
Yeah, unboxing. So this is how it comes in, and it has a little case. It charges. It's rechargeable, and this is it. This is how big it is. This is
that joint looks like a Wii remote. Whoa, wow!
Yeah,
it's big as your phone.
It looks like a Roku remote.
Yeah, and it's very thin and it's very light.
That's a Fire Stick remote right there.
Turn it on. I don't know if you'll be able to see the little blue light.
Nah, I can't see it.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it right there.
So you just wherever you're using.
On your mic because you was spitting all over it right now.
Exactly, on your desk, on your computer, your wallet, all that.
Now this kills germs, right?
Yes, it does kill germs. And
that joint is smaller. Yeah, that joint fit in your pocket, man.
Yeah, again, it's really meant for travel. You put it in your bag, and like I said, I'm going to take a trip, and I'm definitely going to be taking this with me. Shout out to Eurific for sending it in, and don't forget to use code TNC, get $10 off and free shipping.
I'm gonna get 2 for the kids, so y'all need to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's super light, charges USB-C. Hey, you can't go wrong, and a nice carrying case. So make sure you get it. And I think that's it. Thank you again, and we'll see you next week, next month. Who knows?
What do you mean next week, bro? What are you talking about next month?
He's gonna be on vacation for a month.
We need Jamaica, so he ain't gonna be around.
We need to find a guest host if this is gonna be gone in Jamaica, man.
He may not want to come back.
Tag somebody who you would like to see on the show.
Hey, yeah, do that. We'll try to make it happen.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. All right, everybody, take care, drive safe, or if you're working, do your job.
Wash your hands.
Peace.
Peace.